Hello, everybody. This is Dr. Willie Jolley, and we are coming to you this evening from the island of Saint Martin in the
Dutch side,
Netherlands Antilles, correct?
Yes.
Bartolin.
And we are honored and grateful to have our dear friends, the Alwanis. Now, if you have our book, Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last, or you've heard us at a live seminar, we talk about Dayal and Vaka Alwani often because they're such great people. They're such sweethearts. They're some of the greatest people we've met. We've been friends with them
Since 1989.
since 1989. We came with some friends, Joe and Sally, Joe Mine and Sally Reinhardt brought us to St. Martin as their guests, and we stayed with them at Pelican Resort. And we ended up buying a timeshare at DV Little Bay. And while we were here, we went on a tour of Front Street to a jewelry store called Shiva.
Shiva's Golden Gems.
Yeah, Shiva's Golden Gem.
Yeah.
And at that point, let's see, we had been married. We got married in '85, so we had been married 4 years, and we just had starter ring.
We had nothing when we got married.
Not when we got married, but by the time we got here, we had starter rings, and we took it to them, and we bought our first real jewelry.
Yes.
And that was a beautiful ring for me and a ring for her.
Yes.
We came back at our 10th anniversary, and they said, "What do you want to do?" We said, "We would like to get something better." They said, "Trade in what you have, and we'll get you something better." And we traded it in, got something better, went back to America, and we appraised it. And they said, "How did you get this great piece of jewelry for the price you paid?" I said, "We have friends."
Yeah.
And so then at our 18th, we got even bigger. Put your hand out, D. Put your hand out. Put your
It was
hand.
17 years.
Oh, we got to make sure people see it. There it is. Bam! Anyway, it's a big, big rock. And it was, no, it had to be 17th or 18th?
17.
17th anniversary. Anyway. And so, but we've been coming for years. They've become our dear friends. Every time we come to St. Martin,
We look for them.
we call them or let them know we're coming. And they say, we've got to have time. We go to lunch or dinner together. Now, they're in our book. First of all, if you
What
ever...
chapter?
Oh, they're in the acknowledgement section first. We talk about in the acknowledgement section people who have helped us to make this book a reality. Because we have gratitude and acknowledgement of the people I read it. In this book, we share the principles we have used to create a joy-filled and loving marriage, but also we share tips and strategies we have learned from other happily married couples. While we've been positively impacted by countless examples of successful marriages, here are a few people we'd like to give special thanks to for sharing their ideas that have led to their happy, healthy, and vibrant marriages. And of course, in that section, we got people who've been married 60, 50, but they have been married going on 50 years this year. 50th year. And we put Dayal and Vakar Arwani of St. Martin.
Yeah.
So they are featured in the book on page 22.
What chapter, honey?
That's Friends First.
Okay.
And we put them in there because they brought up something to us when we talked to them over dinner one night that was extremely intriguing to me.
And very different.
And different because they are from India. He's from Bombay, originally, and she's from Malaysia. And they come from a culture where their parents arranged marriages. So let me read a little bit about what they said, and we're going to talk a little bit about that with you. Western marriages versus Eastern marriages. We are friends with an East Indian couple, Dayal and Barka Awani of St. Martin, who've been married for over 40 years, going on 50 this year, or in their 50th, and they have shared with us their observations about Western versus Eastern marriages. They believe the reason for the high divorce rate in our Western cultures, with England and America and other Western cultures, is because we start off hot with each other, but cool off over time. While in Eastern cultures, they start off cold and get hot over time. People from their Eastern culture have arranged marriages. They must learn to like the spouses their parents choose for them to marry. The divorce rate in Western cultures, like America and England, is around, where you choose your marriage, you get to choose who you marry, is around 50%. In some places, we were just in California.
Orange County.
Orange County.
70%.
70%.
Yes.
Wow. The divorce rate in Eastern cultures like East India and Malaysia, where they have arranged marriages, is about 5%. Now, I cannot confirm scientifically that this is the reason people in Eastern cultures have such low divorce rates, but I can say that people in Western cultures often divorce because they didn't seek their parents' counsel. And wise counsel is necessary for you when you're making a big decision. Sometimes parents can be wrong about intended spouses, but it is a good idea, or at least, to seek their counsel so you can have the input of those who know you best. And that's what Varka was telling us about how the Eastern cultures have been able to succeed. Now, y'all been married going on 50 years.
Yes.
This is the 50th year.
This is the 50th.
Your parents were from traditional Indian cultures,
Yes.
correct? And he was telling us how they even got to know, because she was from Malaysia, he was from Bombay.
Right.
Yeah.
And yet they would make relationships with other families
Yes.
all over.
So how did you two meet?
Well, how did this all come together?
How was it? Yes.
How did that work?
You want to say?
Yeah, the matchmaker. You know?
There's a matchmaker.
There's a
Yeah, the priest,
matchmaker,
they have a
yeah.
priest and matchmaker.
Yeah, he's a priest, he's a matchmaker, and you know, he knows a lot of families in India. When my grandfather, not even my father, my grandfather was ready, he asked my dad, he said, the girl is turning 17 now,
Wow.
get her married. In those days, I'm talking 50 years ago, and my father, he's got 3 daughters, so he said, the earlier she gets married, the better for us, you know. So he wrote to the matchmaker, my grandfather wrote to the matchmaker, and he sent a picture in Mumbai. And he said, this girl is in Malaysia, she's just turned 17 and we're bringing her to India. Look out for a good boy for her, and she'll be here at so-and-so time, like 3 months ahead, you know. And so this matchmaker already had in mind which families, you know, who have sons the right
She can fit into which families.
so can
I
pick
see.
and choose. And that's how it happened. And he went to my father-in-law.
And then even my father talked to
Yeah.
the same priest and told him to
He
look for a
asked.
girl or something who's from a good family, good parents, and then we can bring them together and then decide how to work things out.
Wow.
So
And-
they look into the family background and
Yes.
everything.
You said something
And-
earlier. Go ahead.
Yeah, earlier she said
Yes.
also that we also look into the family.
They look in
Into the
detail.
family, yes, detail.
They'll
Contact,
call.
like-
They
We'll
make.
call friends and
Yes.
families.
They,
and
do you
check.
know this fella? Does
Yes.
he have a
Are they
couple?
at the bar
Yes.
every night?
Yeah.
Is it a good family? Is it solid? You know, everything.
Will he take care of my
Everything.
daughter?
Will he look after my daughter well? You know, you don't just ask one person. You ask a lot of people. And the right way to go about it is to ask the youngsters, because the youngsters know best.
Mm.
There are certain things that are hidden from us adults, right? Like when our youngsters go out, they go out with their friends. So their friends know exactly what they are doing. So they ask around, they ask the youngsters, they ask the older people. I mean, they will go around, it's 30, 40, even if they have to go ask 100 people, they will, because they want to be sure that their daughter is going to be well settled. And
So people in America are going to say, "This is weird. This is different. We don't do that. We don't understand that." But here's the thing:
Or how can you pick for me?
how
I
can you
don't
pick?
want
We'll
you to
get
pick for me.
all sorts of
Exactly,
pushback.
yes.
But yet you said, "Look at your children. You chose your children's way.
yes,
Right.
all
You have 4 children,
All 4.
All.
and they're all happily married
All
They
happy.
are happy.
and have children now,
Yes.
and they've stayed together, and that's
We stay all in the same house and everything
Yeah.
together.
We
It's-
stay together.
So they're
So wait, you need to go back to that.
Yeah.
They stay in the same house.
yeah, they stay in the same
For the
house.
first
Yeah.
2 years, actually Jay's been with me since he's been married, 25 years now.
Wow.
25 years in January. He's been with us, and my daughter-in-law too. So they learn, you know, the daughter-in-laws are new. They're young girls. They come and they learn from us.
Mm.
So, and of course, you've got to be easy with them. Don't be too strict, too hard. Just give them their freedom, you know. Let them be.
So let's say that you and Dayal have a decision to make, and then how do you decide if you disagree, if you have a difference of opinion? How do y'all sit? You sit and talk.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
most times he's right.
Most times
Yes.
you're right, but you listen
All
to.
the time.
Yeah.
Well, but you listen to her
Yeah, of course I have
advice.
to
Yes.
listen to. Yes, we
He
listen
does.
to each
Because
other.
I notice how you.
We
how
correct
you
each other.
I
That's
notice how
we-
you listen to her, and when she has something to say, you say, "Yes,
Yes.
I agree." Yes, y'all
That's
talk
true.
through. I
Yeah.
noticed that over the years how you both give back
Communication.
and
is very
communication.
important.
Communication is very important.
Communication
It
is
is,
very
yes.
important, and you work together.
Yes.
You've built a very successful business.
Thank you.
This is how, I mean, let's talk for. I want people to come and from St. Martin and to Aruba and buy jewelry from you. So where can they? Where are your shops around the world?
Well, we have in St. Martin, and then we have in Aruba also. We have
Okay.
jewelry shops, 2 shops there in jewelry.
Are they both Shiva?
Both all are
Yeah.
Shivas.
Shiva's Golden Gems.
Shiva's Golden.
Shivas go and they online.
Yeah, and they
Yeah,
online
They
also.
can, you can go online.
But she just told me that because I
I
said,
didn't know that.
"Where did you get the lights from?
Yeah.
We got lights here,"
Everything
and
online.
she said, "Oh, that's for the lady to take pictures for online."
That's
So
on the
online.
webpage.
people can get
Yeah.
jewelry, really great
So
jewelry.
is it
at
Shiva.com?
No, it's shivasgoldengems.com.
Shivas
Shivas
Gold
Golden
and Gems.com.
Yeah.
I want y'all to just check out the difference in the quality and the cost that you would get from somewhere on shore in America.
Quality
The
is
quality
guaranteed.
and guaranteed. They
And
even
price
say
is
they
too.
have a sign when you walk up to their store.
Take
Buy
care
it,
of
take it, get it, take it to your appraiser,
Have it appraised.
have it
and then
appraised,
pay us.
and then pay us. Now,
Wow.
you know.
Yeah.
That's how confident they are, and we can attest to that. Okay, now we've talked about your jewelry. Let's talk about how you raised your children. What were the principles that you used to raise your children? What are the principles you deal with finances? Because those are things that break up families. Here are the things that break up families: sex, money, communication, raising children. Those are the things that. How do you handle the money issues? Or I mean, y'all been through a hurricane. How do you handle the tragedies, the difficult moments in life?
Well, we are fortunate. We have had good business from my father's time.
Okay.
We were in Beirut and Damascus. We had jewelry shops there.
And Beirut,
Yes.
Uh-huh.
And even when we came here, we had enough funds to start the jewelry
You know, you
shop
told me
here.
a story
So
one
if you have
time.
enough
Yeah.
funds,
Ho.
which means
Yeah.
money saved.
Oh, but you
Yeah.
told a story that I want to make sure people understand. You were in Beirut and Damascus and
Beirut
Beirut,
and Damascus.
and a civil war broke out,
Yes.
and they took everything.
They took everything.
Took
Yes, our
everything.
shops got
Business.
destroyed.
Everything got
Our
destroyed.
house got taken over by the local Palestinians.
And
And-
you had to run with
Yeah.
just what you had,
Just what we had and what we had kept aside.
Wow.
Abroad, yeah.
Savings.
and saving, and you were
Saving.
able to save.
Start the shops again in Jamaica. Then from Jamaica we came to St. Thomas. From St. Thomas, St. Martin, and then Aruba.
Wow.
That's how we.
And you started
and then
with-
started growing.
Started with
And
almost
God is
nothing.
great.
And
Yes.
God is great.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the way we are, most Indian, not just us, but all Indians, as far as I know, we save for our children. I have seen a lot of American friends when they come, they say, you know what, the children on their own now, they're living on their own. We're going to have a good life. Let us spend, But that's not the case with us. We spend, yes, but there's a lot of savings for the children.
That's how we
they are
could send them to
successful.
college.
They're with,
Right.
we are all doing well.
All the
Everybody
children
is.
have been to college, have gone to,
Everything,
and
yeah.
now they're great. They just
We've
got
done
back
that
from
Two graduations.
two graduations.
Boston and New York.
And so they are able to see an important and invest in their children
Children.
and grandchildren.
Yes.
Yes.
Because family, you said something to me while we were on the phone. You said family is
It's
everything.
most important.
It's most important.
Family comes first.
Come first. And
Always.
that is part of the reason why they have been able to sustain this relationship.
Joint relationship.
50 years. Now,
Yes.
let's talk about your parents saw this pretty girl or the matchmaker. Y'all met.
Right.
What was the first meeting like?
Well, the first meeting was my father and mother already decided that we want this girl.
Okay.
The decision was taken by them already.
They knew
Before
her.
I- yeah,
Right,
they
'cause-
knew the family. They make the check. They make a background check. They did everything, and they in their mind already decided that we want this girl in our family. And then we went to a place,
Club.
We just had a casual meeting there. My father said, "Go and talk to her, walk around with her, and come back with a yes."
And come back with a
Yes,
yes.
because he had already taken the decision. So
You just walked
I
around
walked
the club.
around with her, and I came back and I said, "Father, can I take some time to decide?" He said, "No, I think so. Say yes and let's get over with it." So I said, "Okay, I like the girl. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. Simple."
It actually happened in a few minutes.
Yeah.
We walked
Wow.
around
We
for
walked 10 minutes and then we came and we said yes, and then we
My
changed the
dad
engagement
didn't-
ring, And they were all ready with everything.
So you didn't know each other, but over the years, she said something to me.
Nobody we met her.
Yeah,
I met her in the dentist place. I met her 1-2 times before.
All right.
We could get together as family.
But you said something to me, Vodka, that was very profound. I thought it was profound. You said, my mom and my dad knew me better than I knew myself.
Yes.
They want the best for me. They want
Always.
the best for you.
Any parent
And
wants the best.
They chose Dayal's family after much conversation, much research, much talking to people. They said, this is it. And when we met, we started off just meeting each other. And over the years, we've learned to love each other in a way that is unbelievable. You said that to me one
Yes,
time.
because we were strangers. When we got married, we were strangers. We didn't even know each other. We hardly knew each other. We
Our
were
parents
engaged for
told
just
us,
2
make the
months.
marriage work. That's it.
My father told me that. He said, you getting married, you are not coming back to me because I have picked the right man for you. So nothing can go wrong. If something goes wrong, it's got to be with you probably. You probably made a mistake somewhere. So just listen to them and whatever they say. And the other thing which I tell all young girls before they get married is mother-in-law's always right. That's what my dad said to me. He says, if she says the sun is the moon, tell her yes, mommy. And she says darkness is daytime, darkness is daytime and nighttime is morning, tell her yes, mommy, you know. So I said, but daddy, he says there's
Win
no
them
but.
over. That's the idea.
There's no but. They are always right. Just win them over. That's it. Learn to say yes.
Win them over.
That's it. Yeah.
Win them over.
You have to say yes to them all the time.
And you said we've had a wonderful marriage.
Yes. And the other most important thing, the other thing is, he said it's not easy because you're getting into a big family, you know, they have so many children and you're a stranger. They will find anything and everything you do is going to be wrong. And if you sit and fret or fight back, there will be problems. So just say, all right, mommy. And you know, it will take time. It may take 2 years, it may take 5. It may even take 10 years. But I promise you that at the end of it, you're going to be sitting back like a queen and they are all going to be running around you. My father told me that.
And was he right?
Of
Yes.
course. I'm the queen
Exactly,
here today.
Yeah.
You know, all of them, they love me very, very much. My
Whole family
mother-in-law
loves her.
and my father-in-law.
The sons, the grandchildren, love her all.
I know, but even my brother-in-laws, his brothers, we're
Yeah.
talking his family now, his brothers, his sisters. They all came around. And most importantly, my mother-in-law.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Because
It
you
takes
just
time to
learn to
work
say
things out.
yes.
So, what are your advice for couples? What do you tell couples? Come young couples, sit with you. the two.
Patience.
Before they get married
Before-
or after?
Or-
What are
or
you talking about?
Before they get married or after, I just want advice. What do you tell couples? Here's some secrets to successful marriage.
I'd say have a lot of patience.
Patience.
Yeah?
Have a lot of
Lots
patience.
and you
Work
never
things
go
out.
to bed without saying sorry.
Boom.
No
Okay,
matter
folks.
what.
No, did y'all hear that? Say that again.
Never go to bed without saying sorry. If you've made a mistake,
If-
if you're really angry at each other, even though you feel like strangling him, just you know you can't win now. Something is we have to solve this, right? We have to solve it. So we go to bed angry. We might not even wake up in the morning. Who knows?
That's right. Oh, that's
so it's
good.
best go hug him and say I'm really sorry.
That takes
That's a big.
Forgive
takes
me,
us
I was
back
wrong. Just
to
say that I was
an
wrong.
earlier program where we talked about the value of saying I'm sorry,
I'm sorry.
and creating
Sorry and
peace
thank you.
before you go to bed. Never go to
Don't.
bed
Angry.
or upset.
Folks, I
sad.
cannot say this enough. Listen
Yes.
carefully.
Yes.
We have said this over and over and over again. We see couples get angry and say, "You sleep on the couch." You know,
Yes.
you don't. I'm not talking to you.
That's right.
And they
Right.
go to bed angry, and they take today's problems with them to tomorrow.
Yeah.
Rather
Gets
than,
worse again.
and it gets worse. It just
Yes.
festers.
Worse.
What we are highly recommended. Dee and I've done this for years. We do not go to bed angry. The Mitchells told us that, who've been married for 60 years. Bishop Harvey Lewis and his wife, First Lady, told us they've been married 72 years. Never go to sleep angry with your mate. Fix it. Well, and they just said it. We didn't prompt them. They said that's what they do. And we are saying to you, if you want a happy, successful, long-lasting marriage, whether yours is chosen, you choose, or your parents choose, you've got to make the decision.
Make it
Don't
work.
make it work, and don't let
Yes.
don't let the sun go down on your wrath. That's what the Bible says, and that's what we want to encourage you. They just said it, and They are you Hindu?
Yes.
They're Hindu,
Hindus.
and so they are our dear friends who give the same advice that we've been giving you. We want successful marriage. 50% of marriages in America break up, and we want to change that. We want to save 1 million marriages with this book and enhance 1 million more. So we encourage you to go to jollymarriage.com, jollymarriage.com, and get 2 copies of the book, one for you and one for your significant other. Also get the audio live seminar that we have had, and then go to the website so you can see when we're having some of our events. Some are going to be in your neighborhoods, your area. We want you to come and bring your significant other so we can help to pour these principles into you, and you can ask us questions. Any other things you recommend to your children? That, you know, what happens if they call and say, we got a problem? What do you say to them? I got a problem with I'm mad, okay, or...
No, we could listen out and explain to them, both of them.
You talk to both of them?
Yes, you have to talk. You can't just cite your son or your daughter.
That's...
In fact, I would prefer to talk first to the spouse, like if it's my daughter having a problem. You know, I would talk to him and explain to him, and then I would explain to my daughter too. I said, look, you've got to get this marriage working, right? So listen to him. It's okay, these things happen. Everybody fights, but it doesn't mean that one fight and that's it, you split. That's not the way it happens. You've got to make it work. You have to work hard at your marriage.
That's what you got to work through.
It's not child's play.
Oh, I love that. It's not child's play. It's for people who are serious and committed to their marriages. And
it's so sacred.
And it's sacred. Marriage is sacred. It really is sacred.
That's what you're really doing. You're leaving a legacy.
Exactly.
What you're talking about. You're leaving a legacy.
And the children learn, because if I'm going to use 4-letter words, and if I have no respect for my husband, my children, as they go, they're watching and they'll think it's right. It's okay to do these things. It's all right. And they pick up those words, or the way, like, oh, Mama's very rude to Papa. So we can do that. And you know how they get influenced.
Right.
But we have never used those words ever in our home.
Wow.
None of those.
That's big, folks. They don't speak ugly to each other.
Never.
They don't disrespect each other.
Yeah.
This is something Dee and I never talk ugly to each other. You know, people say, you know, we haven't had an argument in over 30 years. And those first couple of years were like World War III. We didn't know how to stop arguing. We got some systems, some principles that work. That's why we put them in the book. But we've never said anything ugly to each other.
Sometimes there are arguments.
Yeah, we'll have arguments, but
we do.
But
you make it work.
How you argue.
Say, I'm sorry, and
how
then
you
get over it.
disagree.
I'm quiet because
You can
I'm the hot
disagree.
one. I could get angry and blast off, but I said no, just be quiet, because if I blast off and if I keep on doing it, I'm going to hurt him and I'm going to hurt myself
And
too.
had the children also.
And you know, the children will be hurt. They can see mom and dad are not talking to each other. The atmosphere is different. So I'm just quiet and I walk away from there. You know, I just walk away and I tell, you know what, enough. I don't listen to more. Then I give myself time to cool down, and then I come back when I'm in a better mood and I do say sorry. He says sorry a lot too, a lot.
Wow.
And when he says sorry, he has tears in his eyes.
Oh,
He says, I'm
wow.
sorry. All right, come. I'm sorry, I love you. And you know, that's it.
Wow, this is such a great lesson about marriage. I hope you all understand. You might not have a parent who has chosen a mate for you or arranged a mate. You chose maybe for yourself. But the principles, whether you chose, somebody else chose, are the same. That you, one, respect each other. You be patient with each other. And Dee has said it over and over again. When you're angry, watch your words. Just like Vodka said, watch your words. Because your words, they can cut. They can maim. So hold back your words. Take a deep breath. Take a walk. Well, in the book we call the pattern interrupts when you're angry. That you might count to 10. Take a breath. Take a walk. Walk away. Do something to interrupt that pattern of about to blast off, blow up, and say something you'll regret.
So you get to stop, you get to think, and then we use the term sweet talk.
Yes, sweet
How
talk.
we talk.
Yeah, we talk
the
sweet to
person.
each
So
other.
important.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm just so grateful that we are here. I'm encouraging everybody to do a couple of things. One, share this video with people in your network. Share that, you know, there are different cultures around the world, and that we should know more about the different cultures and what works and what has been working. They are an example of what works.
While the
how many
cultures might be different, the
principles are not different.
are the same.
The cultures are different. The
Principles are the
principles.
same.
Now you got
Yes.
4 children. How many grandchildren?
10 grandchildren.
10 grandchildren.
They are blessed with 10 grandchildren.
And they support these grandchildren. If you were here in their office, they got pictures of the family, the grandchildren. They've got pictures when we see them. Look at the newest They got a granddaughter who's a musician. What's her name?
Isha.
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 And she's a tremendous musician. Rock star.
Yeah.
And they got social media grandchildren, but they love their family, they love their children, and they love each other. And their parents made wise choices for them, and they were wise enough to listen. We met, and I was wise enough to talk her into marrying me. I was wise enough, and 34 years later, we are still happily married, and we're grateful for our friends. So again, you come to St. Martin, Front Street, Phillipsburg, Dutch side. Go to Shiva. Tell them you're a friend of
Golden Gems.
Shiva's Golden Gem. Say, we friends of Willie and D. Jolley. They'll take good care of you. And if you're in Aruba, the same.
Yes.
And then online. Come, Jay. Come, Jay. Come, hey,
My
Jay.
oldest.
Come on, step right in here so everybody can see.
Come from behind.
Yeah, that's okay.
He is. He runs the store here now.
Yeah, he runs a business.
He runs the business, and
Yes.
you're the oldest son.
I'm the oldest son, yes.
All right, and your parents. You learned a lot from them about marriage.
Yes, of course.
Come
yes,
real
of
quick,
course.
stand behind them and tell them just a couple points. This is a marriage event that we do online. Tell them a
okay.
couple things that you've learned from your parents about how to stay happily married.
How to stay happily married?
Yes,
Well, you just work with each other. There's always going to be problems and issues. You work through it.
it works.
Stick with it and just love each other and everything works out.
And your parents chose your mate,
That's
Yes.
right.
and they did a good job,
They did a very good job.
and you're very grateful for them.
Yes, I am.
Initially, he was not.
Okay.
Of course, because
The-
initially I was
he
young.
didn't know her.
Okay.
See, he didn't know her, but we
Told
found
her to
out
make it
and we
work.
knew. And I told him, I said, you know what, this is just the beginning. Give it time, you will fall in love with this girl. We seeing things that you're not seeing. You know, you don't just look at a hot, sexy body. No, a girl who's a little bit overweight can lose weight, right? And look at her now. She looks like a model. You've seen her, Isha.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
She's gorgeous.
So,
Yes.
so you've learned about patience from your parents. You've seen them as a good model,
Very good mom. Yeah.
very good model. Not only in life, but in business as well.
Exactly.
Yeah. So he is an example. How many children do you have now?
I have 3 boys.
3 boys, and they're doing well. How about finished?
One is in business already.
One is in business in Miami,
Mhm.
and 2 in college.
Mhm.
And
Getting
he
ready
is,
to finish soon.
finishes soon. His brother
Kelly.
Kelly is in Aruba. He has 3 girls.
Yeah, yes, 3
and,
girls.
and then they have the 2 twin sisters.
That's correct.
So we want to thank y'all. Go to Make Love, Make Money, Make It Last. 10 Secrets to Shape a Great Marriage. The Awanis are featured in this book, and you can get it at jollymarriage.com. You get it in Amazon, and then make a point to come to Shiva's Gold and Gems in St. Martin, Phillipsburg, Front Street,
75 Front Street.
75 Front Street, as well as Aruba, and then online now.
Yes.
Online.
And they have a sign, appraise it, and then pay us. That's their confidence, how good their
Take
quality
home
is.
your jewelry.
Take it home.
Have it appraised.
Have it appraised.
And then pay us.
Then pay us. So
Wow.
we want to thank all of y'all for staying with us today. Share this, like it, like some more, like more, and tell everybody you know to watch this. We want to save millions of marriages and enhance a million more. We want to thank our friends, Dayal and Vodka
And
Ajay Alwani. They are great people. We love them. They are dear friends. And if you come, they'll take good care of you. This
Yes,
is
we
Dr.
will.
Willie Jolley.
And this is D. Taylor Jolley.
And Jolley out.
Jolley out.
See y'all.
Thank you.
Thank you.